So what's your take on Russia? What's going down? Is Putin losing, as they say, or is he winning?
Oh, it's hard to say, really, because, you know. But at the moment, all Russian forces are stalled, which means all Russian forces, there's no movement on the Russian forces.
Uh-huh.
And like for Putin, this is not what he planned.
Yeah. Well, I wrote an op-ed right at the beginning, and I said he's underestimated the power of the so-called small weapons,
Yeah, absolutely, because it's what we're supplying him, and Joe Biden has authorized another $1 billion of small weapon. He's authorized anti-aircraft. Okay, and the stuff he's doing, this is all handheld infantry equipment, and the two primaries is Milan is knocking out the tanks, which is what it's all about, and anti-aircraft. Oh, that means he's authorized Stinger.
Yeah. And well, also, no, it's just a terrible situation now, man.
Yeah, well, that's war. What can you say?
Yeah. Well, how do you think? Do you have any idea when it's going to end or how it's going to end? What's your take on it?
Shit. How long's it been? Well, see, Putin has to deliver by May 1st.
Oh, well, yeah. Why?
May Day.
Oh, I see.
May Day in Moscow every year, along with every other communist country or socialist country. May Day is the big day. That's when the military go out and parade.
I see.
And like in Moscow at the Kremlin, all the from Joe Stalin onwards, May Day is when the tanks come out and all the flags are there and everything.
Yeah.
So he's got to produce a result soon.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, his people are not happy at the moment. I mean, can you get a banana in the Kremlin? No. Can you get a kiwi fruit? And can you buy fresh oranges? Can you buy any fresh produce outside? You can buy stuff which is grown locally.
Yeah.
But you can't get anything in Moscow now. You can't get anything in St. Petersburg. There's no trading. The ruble's worth dog shit. The life is not. And see, for the average Russian guy who was born within the last 30 years, they don't understand communism. They don't understand socialism. All they know is what it's like to be in the West.
Yeah, I see what
you mean. So there's a whole generation of people in Russia who are westernized, and the previous generation lived with communism and then joined the West. So I think there's an awful lot of people who probably don't like the situation, but there's not a lot they can do in Russia. The only way they can topple, they need to have a revolution.
To get rid of Putin, you mean?
Yeah, and the only way you can have a revolution is to get the army.
Yeah,
if you don't have the army on your side in a revolution, you'll lose.
Well, the army must be mad at Putin now with all the losses they're taking.
Well, they're taking losses plus all their money is worthless, which means all their pensions, they're fucked.
Oh, I see.
So that means they're going to fight this war, and then they're going to come back to Russia, and that money that you were fighting for, oh, by the way, it's not worth anything now. You can't buy a house, you can't pay the rent, you can't buy fuel, you can't buy cabbages. You're fucked. You can't even buy vodka.
Wow.
So you're fucked.
Wow.
Yeah,
nobody's talking about that at all, but you.
No. Well, nobody. They will be. Nobody's talking. But I mean, that's what it comes down. What it comes down to at the end of the day. Apparently, the Russians desertions are increasing. Oh, that's not good.
That's not very Russian either.
Oh, no. Well, you see, it is and it isn't. During when the Russians were in Afghanistan, they were deserting left, right, and center.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, when the Russians start to lose, they desert.
I see. So that's the sign they're losing now in the Ukraine, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing is, you have to remember about the Russian army. The Russian army hasn't fought an enemy and won since 1945.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, the Russians haven't actually fought any major conflicts against anybody who was stronger than them since 1945. So the only people who beat them in battle were the Germans in, say, 1942 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But nobody else. All they've done is invasions since 1945. All they've done is invasions and invade weaker people.
Yeah.
with their big tanks and their big red flag and everything. Yeah, but they're shit.
Yeah, I see.
The Russians are shit. They've always been shit. They were shit when the Romanovs, when the Tsar was, they were shit. All that the Russians have, all the Russians used to have was a lot of men. Yeah, they don't even have that now.
Wow, this is amazing what you're saying to me.
Yeah, they've got technology.
Because it's the opposite of what all the news is saying, you know.
Yeah, but why? What has the news been saying?
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying it's nice to hear it, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, and the thing about the Ukrainians have been trained by the Canadian Army since 2014. Yeah. The Canadians have been training them, and the Canadians have been training them in the kind of warfare that I follow, which is they're called SAR operations, sword units, the sword units, Excalibur units, and they're units of 5 to 6 men. And they're all independent of each other, and it's a cell structure, okay? Yeah. And they go after, they go tank hunting. That's what you do, and everything you carry on your back. Yeah. So you carry all the weapons, all your ammunition. You're not dependent on any supply chain, which is what the whole of the Ukrainian armed forces is operating now.
Yeah, I see.
So that means they go out tank busting and they go out helicopter hunting. So all these guys, all these Russians, they all think they're safe in their little helicopter. No, the golden rule about helicopter is low and slow. And they're easy as fuck to shoot. Because helicopters always operate low, and they're slow. Yeah. You can fucking shoot a helicopter down with a 303 as long as you get it on the fucking tail rotor. That's it, it's out. All you have to do is hit the tail rotor.
Yeah, I see, Yeah, I see. Wow.
Helicopters are nice to have support for infantry, but I would never travel in one. They're shit. They're horrible.
Well, they're self-exploding machines, too.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just full of fuel.
I had friends in Germany in the Army, and their job was picking up the pieces after a helicopter crash.
Yeah,
and there weren't any pieces bigger than your thumb.
Yeah, exactly.
It turns into a big egg beater.
Yeah, exactly. You see on the movies, like people, and you see on the movies, like Hollywood, a classic, and they do the helicopter crash, and it's the A-team, and they crash in a helicopter, and they survive, and fuck.
Yeah,
you're in a helicopter, that's it, you're fucked.
Well, helicopter pilots have a little joke. They say, if your motor dies, turn on your landing light and see where you're going to land, and if you don't like it, turn off your landing light.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You're going down, man.
You're going down. And any kind of aircraft, if you hit the water, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked. Hitting water is like hitting concrete.
Well, also I noticed that they claim that they've shot almost 1,000 troop carriers, and those troop carriers carry about 20 men, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. So
you're talking 20,000 dead there, not...
Yeah, exactly. And the Russians ain't saying shit about that.
Yeah.
And most of if you notice, the Russians were coming in long convoys.
Yeah.
Oh man, you don't do that. You don't do long convoys because all you do is you put a sub at one end, a sub in the middle, and a sub at the other. You hit the lead, you hit the tail, and you hit the middle, and that's it. You're fucked.
Yeah, well,
and you've got all these guys running around screaming.
Well, how do you figure the Russians could be so stupid about that?
Because they're stupid.
Ah.
The Russians are known for this. The Russians rely on technology too much. They rely on their missiles. They rely on their artillery.
Uh-huh.
They're not known for innovative tactics. They're really because their past was they had so many men. They had so many men from all the Eastern European countries. Yeah, they don't have that many more now. All they've got is people from within the Russian Federation.
Yeah.
And they're now, like you said, they're now using conscripts. Oh dear.
Yeah.
That means they're fucked. And they're smashing. The only problem I foresee is, Putin decides to use biological or chemical.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's very probable at this point.
Yeah, it's very probable. But I don't know. He has to be careful where he uses it. He can't use it too close to the border, because if you get prevailing winds, it crosses over into Poland, and if the Polish start dropping like flies, then the Polish will attack.
Yeah, wow.
And then the war escalates.
Wow, what a situation we're in, Jeremy, huh?
Yeah, it is a bit like that. It is a bit.
Holy smokes, right, wow. Well, I'm very grateful to have your take on it. It really opens my eyes,
You might have to retreat.
Who might have to retreat?
Putin.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's now becoming a probability almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
But see, the problem is like, yeah, but who's going to pick up the pieces when all this is over?
Yeah.
Like I say, half of Ukraine is like just smoking rubble.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, who's going to rebuild it?
Yeah.
What,
Well, they love that. They love rebuilding things. That's all money for the West.
You reckon the West will do it?
Yeah, sure. They'll be in there right away. Especially if Putin backs out, they'll be all over.
Well, yeah, you see, that is, and then you see, and if Putin retreats, it's like he can't really tell Ukraine not to join NATO, because that's one of the key sticking points. Is he doesn't want Ukraine in NATO. Yeah, but if we're in there.
In my opinion, NATO should have stopped long ago. Don't you agree? Or
No. Yeah, fine. But Ukraine didn't apply for membership.
Yeah.
And if you don't apply for membership, there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, the whole point about NATO membership is like, yeah, if the Ukraine was in NATO and they attacked, it's American soldiers that are dying.
Yeah.
And it's British soldiers and it's French soldiers. So, to be perfectly honest, like, Ukraine, you caused all your own problems, mate. I don't want Americans to die in this. I don't want to die. I don't want French to die.
Yeah.
If anyone has to die, it's Ukraine. You die. It's your problem. You caused it.
Wow. Terrible story.
Yeah, I mean, the Ukrainians had 30 years to join NATO, and they didn't bother.
Yeah.
Romania joined NATO, Hungary joined NATO, Czechoslovakia, Lithuania, Slovakia, Slovenia, all the Eastern European, Poland, they all joined NATO as soon as Russia left, except for one place, the Ukraine.
Why is that?
Well, it's complicated, but I mean, like, where's the money that Ukraine have been making for the last 30 years? Where's their money gone?
Ah, yeah.
It all got siphoned off. It was all stolen by criminals.
Yeah.
All the money they made should have been like beefing up their defense system.
Yeah.
They should have been buying tanks. They should have been, but they didn't. They should have had They should have like put a missile system, but they didn't bother.
Wow.
And now they're going, oh, West, you're the West, you've got to help us. And I keep going, well, why is it up to us to help? You didn't bother for 30 years, and now you want it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Very interesting, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we have to give you missiles. We have to give you our systems. We have to give you... No. You can't buy friends. You got to earn it.
Yeah. Very interesting, Jeremy. You really are an expert on military matters. There's no doubt about it, right?
No, I mean
it. There's all these talking heads talking about what's going on over there.
Yeah, and they don't know shit.
You're
they're
telling
me
a lot more than anybody else is saying.
Yeah, they're all shit. They don't know anything. They're all civilians. How do they know?
Yeah, that's right.
All they know how to do is drive a car. and cars are like cars are built of plastic and thin aluminium, which means a bullet goes straight through the engine block and straight out the other end.
Yeah.
And you get all these journalists are going out there and they're driving around in cars. Oh, fuck me, in a fire zone, in a combat zone, I wouldn't fucking go anywhere near a car.
Well, they had two Fox News guys got killed yesterday, in fact.
Yeah. There's an Irish cameraman. He got killed.
Yeah, no, it's a dangerous war zone.
Well, exactly. Guess what? Oh, you mean like, and nobody says the reality is like, oh, hang on, what? You're a news reporter, you're a cameraman. They get paid a fucking fortune in a war zone, and they never say anything about how much money they're getting.
Yeah.
And it's, oh, the poor guy was taking photographs. I don't give a fuck. You want to go and take photographs in a war zone? Oh, what are people like suffering and things like that? Yeah, you're a real humanitarian and all that shit. Oh, did you get your head blown off? Oh, what a shame. Yeah, absolutely. What a shame. And how many times have news reporters given away crucial information so that American forces come under fire from the enemy? Oh, more than a few times.
Yeah, I'll bet.
More than a few times. It's like when Schwarzkopf was doing press conferences and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't let the media in.
Yeah.
Because the media always give away positions.
Yeah, very good.
Because they think, oh, we know everything, we can do it. We have to tell the people. No, don't work like that.
Yeah.
And I tell you now, the Foreign Legion, if you're any Foreign Legion operation, including in France, if you're a news photographer or a news reporter, and they see you even within half a mile with a camera of them, they will smash your camera, and they will break your nose.
Oh, wow.
And if they say, if you make a complaint against us, we will come to your house and we will burn it down.
Wow.
And nobody fucks with the Legion. Nobody fucks with the Legion.
Wow.
Nobody does no news coverage. No news station does any coverage of the Foreign Legion because the Foreign Legion are known for it. Like, your camera? Oh, what, you mean these films I'm exposing to the light? Oh, what, shit, did your leg just get broken?
Well,
well,
that's
there
right,
you go.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right, you never see anything about the
You
Foreign
don't ever
Legion
see anything
on TV.
about us.
That's right.
We're the ultimate secret organization. Nobody knows anything about us.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it really changed you or marked you for life, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, big time. Big time.
Yeah, you have the bearing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, next time I come back to France, I'll be in uniform. Don't worry about